Hanging out with Danny Soule. Have not seen him in quite some time. He is president of ISMA and MSS. If you missed it, they merged before last season, and from the looks of things and from the conversations we've had with some of the drivers, sounds like everything's good. How are you, first of all, Dan?
Very good.
Having fun at the show?
Really good show. A lot of turnout, a lot of really nice people, a lot of fast-looking race cars.
Yeah, there are a lot of fast-looking race cars. So, man, I'm looking at the schedule. Man, it's not going to be long when we're going to be out there racing, getting the year started out at Oswego.
We're incredibly fortunate to have a really great schedule ahead of us. Added another couple of venues we didn't have last year, returning to New England, getting to visit down south to our Caraway Speedway, and we doubled down at Evans Mills Speedway, plus our regular huge events at Berlin, Sandusky, Lorraine, and of course our Oswego venues.
Yeah, and what about these new venues? Which ones are they again? I remember they're in the beginning of the season.
Nothing in the beginning of the season.
No, in the middle of the season, excuse me.
Actually, we're returning to Lee USC Speedway and Claremont Speedway.
That's in August.
In New England. So that'll be a Thursday, Friday show. We will have some NES participation, support out there.
Okay.
A lot of real positive feedback from our New England brothers and sisters and race competitors. And then at the end of the year, after Evans Mills, the Gill family's been fortunate enough. We had a very successful Evans Mills, so they're adding to our double-header weekends. We'll have a Friday and Saturday show at Evans Mills this year. And we're done with that. The North-South Shootout has invited us to come down and be part of their huge extravaganza. And so we really look forward to doing that. And that's going to fall in place for everybody from the Midwest, New York, and the Northeast to go down there and have a heck of a time to see some of our other racing friends down in North Carolina.
November 8th and 9th, and that's a non-point event for some of you guys. Just the conversations that I've had with some of the people that you know, the ones that don't run the whole series but run a lot of the races, a lot of them are saying that race down there really appeals to them. Is that what you're hearing as well about the race in North Carolina?
I think it'll be favorable. I think almost all of us over the years have been exposed to or had racing family transplant down to that neck of the woods.
We all know people who've moved down there.
So there's people down there. The people down south don't get to see our style of race car. They're fast. We're with the tour modifieds. They put on a good show. So you know, it's a win-win deal.
Yeah. From your perspective, being the president, I've talked to all the drivers, and they were so excited with the way the merger went. How did it go from your end?
We had a really great year. I think the only flaw in our schedule last year, we averaged just 20 cars or more at every single racetrack that showed up.
Nice.
I think our weak spot was the very beginning of the year, the middle of May. There just wasn't enough teams that were ready.
Gotcha.
And that obviously isn't a pain point for us this year because we don't start until after Memorial Day, but we are right now guaranteed talking about adding other new venues for next year. I would plan on seeing ISMA MSS races in May next year, and we may be fortunate enough to even add beyond that.
And of course, from your standpoint too, there becomes a point where too much is too much, though. So what would be ideal? Like every other week, pretty much, something like that?
Right now, we're every other weekend. We need to stay in every other weekend. There's people in New England, which you know it's tough for them to travel all the way to Ohio or Michigan. So basically, our nucleus of ISMA is basically we want to get 10, 12 cars to go to all races and be able to have Oswego support, Ohio support, New England support, and have a 20 to 24 car field everywhere we go with competitive race cars. We do have one or two new race cars supporting us this year. Jimmy Bodner is re-entering the owner's circle, and he has Tyler Schulich driving for him.
Building a new car.
Great driver. The Lasecki brothers have both their cars ready again. Of course, the other champions out there, Nevada, Edwards, Stevens, the Stout teams, and then of course you've got Stevens. Not not just Trent, but his brother is a competitor and a half. So you take the Autos, we have a couple teams that are going to be playing around from the Buffalo area. We have the Soule cars that have come in their own to be very competitive. The Bellingers, the Barnes, the Danzers. We're all in a really good position to be supporting each other and growing.
We can find out more at ismasupers.com. First race is Oswego Speedway on June 1st. They're having a couple practices before that too, so I'll be there at some of the Fast Fridays. We'll track down some ISMA guys. If there's somebody I haven't gotten a hold of yet, please leave me a comment on the section and let me know. And Danny, good to see you in town. I know you've been working real hard, so how's your car looking? We gonna be ready? He'll be ready, right?
We'll have it ready.
Yeah.
It's obviously not at the show, so it's not ready enough. But we made a lot of positive steps in being ready.
All right. So I'll be out and see you. We'll teach some people stuff. Guys, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notifications, leave us a comment, hit us with a like. Danny, good luck with the series this year.
Thank you.